Alright, listen up. I'm gonna start with the pain point. Alright, so whenever you guys start a new video, you guys must always start with a pain point. Alright, so first things first, I want to make money online. Right, there is a pain point. And if I'm talking to you, you watching this video, if you want to make money online, and if you want to make $10,000 per month, but you don't know what to do, right? But you don't know what to do, but you know that you want to make money online, and you want to earn like $10,000 per month, but you just don't know which online business model to do. I understand. I understand 100%. I understand completely. So in this video, right, I want to share with you guys my experience on my entire online business journey. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so first things first, check this out. So what I'm going to talk about is dropshipping. Dropshipping, straight up, is going to talk about dropshipping. The infamous or the famous, I don't know, whichever way you guys want to look at it at. So dropshipping, let's talk about the pros and cons first, all right? So dropshipping, the pros don't have to deal with inventory issues. And the cons, supplier does a bad job. Hey man, it's on you, right? So why do I say that? It's because I've done dropshipping, right? I've done dropshipping myself. Obviously, the pros, right? You don't have to do with the inventory because all of the inventory, all the supplies, right? It is like with your supplier over at China, right? Over at China, I mean, typically speaking, right? The supplier is going to be from China. And then once you get an order, you're going to place an order from a supplier and then you're going to have it shipped directly to your customer straight up, right? Whoever your customer may be, they're going to ship it from China and then straight up to their whichever country it is. Mainly US, because most of the time, whenever you play advertisements, right, you shoot advertisements, you are most likely going to be targeting US, the big five, USA, UK, Australia, New Zealand, and Canada, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, those are the big five countries. Basically, the English speaking countries or the countries with higher purchasing power. So that is why we target them. So, obviously, there's a lot of pros, right? Pros is like, you don't exactly have to deal with the inventory. You don't have to ship out yourself. You don't have to deal with the entire headache, right? The entire back end sort of things. There's one big pro, right? Because some people, or most people, at least for me, right? I started that is because I want to have an online business, right? Selling products, selling whatever it is that I want. So I know that in order to start the entire online business journey, right? Dropshipping is like something that is as close as it gets for me. As close as it gets for me to reaching my goal. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. So I started all dropshipping and I don't have to do the inventory. So there's most definitely a big plus for me, right? And then obviously it's not all sunshine and rainbows, right? There's obviously a lot of other issues that come with it. There's a lot of cons as well. So supplier does a bad job, it's on you. Meaning to say that, the shipping side of things, right? The delivery. For example, if they don't ship it on time, right? Because for me personally, I had some products where they say that in order to reach my customers at US, right? At US, most of the time they give us like an estimate, right? Maybe around 7 days max, if I'm not wrong. If I remember, USPS, it should be the normal mail. And then the priority one, it is, I think, what's that called? FedEx or something like that. That is something that you can choose, obviously. But obviously, if you were to choose the faster shipping times, right, you're going to pay more, right? You will pay more, right? Because you are the one who is including all of the prices, right? So either you throw the price and let the customer pay for the shipping fee in order for them to have it shipped faster, or you can take it by yourself, right? You pay for the cost. So whichever it is that you want, it's up to you. But for me personally, what I did is I just used the basic one. So it's around like 1 to 10 days, if I'm not wrong. Sometimes it reaches the customers like 5 days or so, if I remember. And then sometimes, not all the time, it actually goes all the way to 10 days. And that's not obviously ideal, right? But as long as they get the product mainly before a month, I think that is pretty ideal. Yeah, because if you were to give like 1 month later and then you receive the product, that's not ideal, right? That's not a good time, man. That is not a good time. You guys can just think about it, right? If you were to purchase something and then the product actually gets to your hands like after a month, that's a no go, man. That's a no go. Do not do that. So always choose the right supplier, and obviously also choose the right mailing option. Let's put it that way. Yeah. So that's another thing. Yeah, but those are the things where you can't really exactly control as well. So it's a headache, right? It's just one of the headaches that may or may not be worth it for you guys. Yeah. So this is totally up to you guys. All right. So that's for drop shipping, and then the other thing would be YouTube faceless automation channel. All right, so the pros, right? The pros will be faceless, no one can recognize, just sit behind a desk and work. Cons, not exactly something long term, as there is no personal branding involved. So, this is why this channel even exists in the first place. This is why my channel, this is my personal branding channel, by the way. If you guys don't see it yet, this is basically my personal branding channel. This is why I'm doing this channel. Because before that, I was kind of like doing faces, automation channels. I was doing all of those channels, right? Because you already know, man. You already know. You already know all of those other YouTubers talking about, hey, man, you can earn money online. You can make money online without showing your face. I'm pretty sure this is something very familiar, right? This is something that you guys already hear it like 100 times before, right? That's why I tried it myself, right? I did try it myself. So I did the YouTube Faces Automation channel. I didn't show my face, obviously. I use everything that belongs to AI, right? Because even the voice that I used for my viewers back then, I was using the AI voice. Straight up, I was using AI voice. And then the video, I was just like using what's it called? Stock images and stock videos online. So websites such as like what's it called? Pexel, Pexel, and there's another one that I use more. I can't remember what is it. Yeah, I can't really remember. But those websites, right? Because those stock images and video clips, right? Those are free, right? And you're able to use it. Yeah, so that's how I do it. And then, so that's a good thing, right? That's a good thing is because if you do not want to be recognized in the public, you do not want any form of, recognition. You just want to live your life as it is. You value your privacy, right? I understand because I also had that mindset before. That's why I didn't start this channel first at the first place. If I didn't mind that, I would probably go with my personal branding channel from the get go. But I did not, right? I did not because I understand as well because it's quite intimidating, right? Just the thought of it, like you have to film yourself and then talk in front of the camera, right? Like this. At least, I think that another pro they'll add is that it is good for beginners. Yeah, it's good for the beginners. Why? Is because if you want to get into the whole YouTube game, right, this is kind of like a warm up, right? Because you kind of like understand how YouTube works, right? You kind of like understand how YouTube works, and then you kind of like you know how to make how to edit videos, you know how to script, you know how to find ideas, you know how to create thumbnails as well. So Faces automation YouTube channel is useful, right? I'm not gonna say that it is a scam or whatever, right? Because in fact, I kind of like have more subscribers than this current channel right now. Yeah, so that channel actually did work, right? Did work, but I kind of like stopped is because I just think that personal branding channel is obviously the way to go, and obviously if you were to think long term wise, right? Personal branding, man, personal branding is for sure 100% the way to go. So that's why I kind of like just do it, right? Just do it. Get over the fear of, of showing my face. So I just had to do it, man. I just had to do it. Like I know the fact that to really make money online, right? We just have to have a personal brand. It's better, right? It's better. I'm not saying that is the only way, but it's definitely gonna put you in a better position. That's all I gotta say, right? So the cons is that, like I said, not exactly something long term. Yes, there is no personal branding involved, right? So from a future proof standpoint, from a long term standpoint, from a financial standpoint, I feel like it will be kind of like limited as well. All right, so Etsy print on demand pros. No need to deal with inventory issues, customization to the max, right? Cons, supplier does a bad job, delivery slow. It's on you. Arguably costlier. Is that even a word? It is now. Suppliers from USA, in my experience, from using Printify. So this is what I did, right? At Print on Demand, that's what I did. I mainly sold clothes back then. I was selling like t-shirts, what's it called, hoodies, long sleeve, whatever it is, right? Mainly just like tops. Yeah, I sold tops mainly. So the pros is that, as per usual, right, is pretty similar to dropshipping because you're not exactly dealing with the entire supply chain issues. You're not exactly dealing with the shipping stuff. You don't have to deal with the inventory issues, so that's obviously a good thing. You kind of like minus one headache of yours, and then you can customize, meaning to say that the design, right? Because you're just basically designing the products, right? You put like pictures, you put like words, you kind of like see what is on trend. So things such as like Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving, all those good stuff, right? All those festivals, most of the time, they're actually really high in demand, right? Because people want to buy clothes, people want to buy, kind of like family buys. They want to dress up the entire family, so they kind of like buy in fours, in five, and order with five t-shirts. That's what I'm trying to say. So they kind of want to have like matching t-shirts, right? Or maybe sometimes even things such as like office wear. Yeah, because sometimes people like, they buy in bulk for maybe like company dinners and whatnot. Yeah, so they kind of like want to have designs, and then they buy it for the companies basically. So maybe like we're talking about 30 orders, maybe like 30 t-shirts. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, so that's one good thing, right? You can customize for them, and if they enjoy your design, then yeah, obviously they'll buy from it. And another good thing about Etsy is that they kind of like have the audience already, right? Because Etsy at US is quite a renowned website, right? They already have audience over there. You already have traffic, so you don't exactly have to like like for example, compared to dropshipping, right? You have to buy advertisement, right? You have to invest in advertisement, to get eyeballs to your product. For Etsy, you don't exactly have to do it, right? You just have to obviously make a good listing, make sure that your SEO is on point, make sure that your product and all those other good stuff is on point, is optimized properly, and then the customers will find you, right? The customers find you. I mean, obviously, you can also play advertisement as well. That's another topic, but for the most part, right, for Etsy, there's a lot of organic traffic. So that is one big pro, I would say, for myself. And then for the cons, like I said, as per usual, right? Supplier does a bad job, delivery is slow, it's on you, arguably costly as well, because like I said, the suppliers are actually from USA. Because most of the suppliers, right, you can only choose mainly from USA. Yeah, at least in my experience, right? Now maybe different, not too sure. But back then when I was using Printify, the suppliers mainly they're from USA. But it's also a good thing, right? It's costlier, yeah, obviously, but you can expect quality, right? You can expect quality. That's most definitely a good thing. And then the shipping wise, right, it's gonna be faster as well. Yeah, so that's not exactly a con, but I would say it's more reliable. I'll put it that way, because if your customers, right, they are from USA and your suppliers is from USA, it's a win-win, right? It's going to be a good thing. It's a perfect scenario, right? So the shipping time, right, is arguably going to be even faster. Yeah. So in my eyes, I think it's actually a better thing. Yeah. But then again, when it comes to the whole shipping side of things, right, you can never know, right? You will never know. You will never know, meaning to say that you never know whether there's some kind of unexpected delays. These are the things that is out of your control. And, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. All right. So TikTok. Pros, virality, get attention and eyeballs ASAP, able to promote whatever it is you are selling, and to get paid for views as well, able to build strong personal brand. Cons, heavily dependent on target audience. If selling low ticket items, ideal, high ticket, unlikely. Lower chance, people are there for entertainment mainly, not to be educated. Lower chance of conversion if we sell higher ticket. Possible still, depends on what you want to do and sell. So you guys already know. You guys already heard of TikTok. You guys already know about TikTok. Meaning to say that it's always easier, and you always get more eyeballs, right? Because it's like short form content. So people go there to be entertained. Right? Let's not talk about the whole dopamine sort of things, like it's unhealthy and stuff like that. I know, right? We all know about that. But in the eyes of business, right, it's always a better thing, right? Because as long as you're getting attention, as long as you're getting eyeballs, you're kind of like retaining them, your audience retention is on point. Hey man, you win, right? You win. Because if your content is engaging enough, if the influencer or whatever, right, the UGC content, the influencer that you engage with, right, if they make good content, and then if they engage with the audience as well, right, most likely they're going to purchase, right? Most likely they're going to be converted to paying customers. So that's ideal, right? That's ideal for you if you are a TikTok business owner, right? But right now there is the whole TikTok shop sort of things, TikTok affiliate sort of things. Back then when I did the TikTok what's it called? TikTok creativity beta program, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, back then that's what I did. Yeah, my whole goal back then is kind of like YouTube, but TikTok. Yeah, because I was kind of like chasing the ad revenue. Yeah, that was what I was doing. I was kind of like chasing the higher RPM sort of things. Yeah, so that was what I did back then. I wasn't exactly selling anything just yet, but it was in the works. It was in the pipeline back then, but I didn't really get to that point. Yeah, because I was still trying to build, right? Build the channel, build my account, yeah, whatever it is. Yeah, so that was what I was trying to do. But right now, TikTok Shop, TikTok affiliate, all those good stuff, I believe it's like a whole new other opportunity right now. Yeah, so that is heavily dependent on you if you want to go through that route. Yeah, but just keep in mind, if you were to use TikTok as your main social media platform to market your products, right, or your service, whatever it is, make sure that it's not too much on the higher ticket side of things. That's what I think. That's what I think. Because back then when I was using TikTok, I also did use TikTok advertisement to advertise my dropship products back then, and that was like low ticket items, and it did significantly better than Instagram advertisement and Facebook advertisement. Yeah, I did not really get that many sales as compared to Facebook back then. TikTok was the one that actually generated more sales for me. Yeah, so that's most definitely a good thing. All right, and back then, like I said, I was selling low ticket items, so that's better. I didn't really exactly sell high ticket, so I can't really say or comment anything much on it. But I know for a fact that from all the research, right, from all of the other YouTubers that were talking about it, they always mention that if you were to sell high ticket, it's not exactly the best place to sell. Yeah, but then again, it really depends. All right, so e-commerce next. So the pros: own brand, do what you want, let your creativity juice flow. You said it all. Might be a quiet one day, potentially big exit. Cons: you deal with inventory, either own self or 3PL. The whole nine yards. Marketing, customer service, refund, etc. All those good stuff, man. All those good stuff. So e-commerce is just basically like dropshipping as well, right? You're just selling products online, but instead of like using your supplier to ship directly to your customers, you kind of like deal with your own shipping routes and shipping issues. Yeah, you are kind of like handling all of that stuff right now. You are basically buying in bulk, right? But instead of like selling in the traditional brick and mortar, right, you're doing it online, right? So you're kind of like selling online, and then when people buy stuff from you, right, you basically just ship it out, right, from yourself. You have to print the labels, you have to bring your products, your orders all the way to the whichever place, man, the shipping place, right, the shipping locations that you are choosing, and then you have to do everything, right? That's what I'm trying to say. The whole nine yards, right? You have to settle everything, unless, like I said, you engage with a 3PL, third party logistic, you get them to do it for you, right? So that's another thing. And then, like I said, a lot of pros, right? A lot of pros mean to say that if you're someone who's really creative, you want to let your creative juice flow, you want to design a product, you want to, basically just design everything by yourself, right? Like you are just a designer by heart, and then you want to, showcase your products. This is like one way where you can really express your creativity for the whole world to see, right? Because if you were to use dropshipping, right, traditionally, if you're using dropshipping, you can't exactly do that many modifications as compared to something where you start from yourself, right? Like I said, e-commerce. If you do dropshipping, you're kind of like using the supplier's supply, right? So it's already like pre-made, right? You can't really put in that much modifications. I mean, yes, sure, you can kind of like talk to your agent and ask them whether they do some customization for you. But if you do that, most likely, right, they will want you to purchase in bulk, right? So there's an investment that you have to do, right? So that's it really depends, right? It really, really depends end of the day. So another thing is that white label products, right? If you see a product that you like, and then you just want to slap your brand on it, right? Put a tag on it that says your brand. You can do that as well, but in my experience, you kind of like have to purchase them in bulk, yeah, from your supplier. If you're talking about dropshipping, whereas if you were to do your own e-commerce store, you kind of like can do whatever you want, right? You purchase your own supplies, you make your own supplies, you are involved from A to Z, right? From start to finish, right? The starting materials, you kind of like make them into the final product. So that's a good thing, right? If you're really into the whole, you know, creative side of things, if you want to design from start to finish, there's most definitely something that you will want to look into. And then, of course, you might be acquired one day, right? Potentially big exits, right? So some people or some companies, they actually want to purchase different companies, right? Smaller companies that are doing well, and then they'll purchase them, add them to the portfolio, and then they might even grow even bigger for you, right? And then obviously you can just retire, whatever it is, right? For example, if you were to be purchased by, I don't know, man, 7 figure or even 8 figure, right? That's a dream, right? That's a dream. So you never know. You never know. But the whole exit side of things, right? It's not only applicable to physical products. It can also be applied to SaaS as well. SaaS, right? Software as a service. So that's another thing. That's another good thing. All right, lastly, YouTube personal brand. Pros: personal brand, long-term vision, works better with a face attached to your niche, sponsors, and is selling own product or service, higher rate of conversion, trust and authority being built, etc. Cons: people recognize you, lack of privacy, but you can try your best to control what you put out online. Volatile, dependent on views mainly, account can get shut down to get an email list. Ad revenue isn't the best unless you go for high CPM/RPM, but not ideal still as you are depending on algorithm to sell products or services. That's right. That's right. So, like I said earlier on, when I was talking about the YouTube Faces Automation channel, these are the things that I was mentioning, the pros and cons about, comparing a personal brand and a Faces Automation channel. Like I said, it really depends on you guys. But I always say that if you want to start YouTube but you're still shy, right, for whatever reason, you want to get over the fear, start the Faces Automation channel first, get experience from there, and then from there on, trust me, right? Trust me. I've been there, done that, right? Because I also felt shy. I didn't want to show my face. And then after a while, I kind of like transitioned to my own personal brand, right? I mean, you can do both, right? You can always do both. So it really depends on you guys. I mean, if you guys want to have like a YouTube channel that is, have the potential to replace your income to give you like a full-time career, right? I would say you would want to have YouTube personal brand. Yeah, I mean, like I said, you can do both, but at the same time, if you were to do the Faces Automation channel, right, you can do it both, right? You can document it. That's the whole point. You document the progress of that, and then you're gonna gain subscribers, you're gonna gain audience, you're gonna gain viewers, and then from there on, people might ask you for help. Maybe they will ask you like, "Hey, how do you do this? How do I find my niche?" And then you already have experience in it. You already have experience in it, and then just sell it to them, right? That's another service that you can sell for them. So it's always a good thing, right? It's always something that has some kind of ROI for long term wise, right? So always try to build your own YouTube personal brand. I always feel like if you really, really want to make money online, that is your best bet. All right, so the main question. So what should I do? What should I do? Watch out, guys. Watch out. Watch out. Try them all, right? Try them all. Every single one of you watching is different, meaning to say strengths and weaknesses. Maybe good at designing, good at analyzing, good at coaching, good at communicating, etc. There's no one definite answer. Just like in life, you have to try everything to know what you like and dislike. Easiest and most beginner friendly though, sell digital products in your domain, a niche that you already have expertise or interest in. Sell that knowledge or skill. Package it in the form of a digital product, be it ebook, guide, template, video calls, coaching, one-on-one, done for you, done with you. Do it yourself in person as well if you want. So, example, fitness, because that's what I personally did. Right? So that's my advice. Right? That is my advice and that is my opinion. That you guys should just go ahead and try everything and everything. Everything and anything, man. Because like I said, you guys are all different, right? Whoever is watching right now, right? You guys are all different. I can't possibly force you guys to do one online business model. It's impossible, right? That's why I tried so many. That's why I tried so many different online business models, and then I kind of know my strengths and weaknesses. Yeah, so you guys should do that as well, right? Because a lot of other YouTubers, right, they're always saying like, "Oh, you must do this one online business model. You shouldn't do the other online business model because the other online business model is not good, right? There's no potential. It is bad. Everything about it is just bad." Right? They literally do not have anything positive to say about the other online business models. But that's not true, right? Because there's obviously some other people who are obviously making good money with all those other online business models, right? So, like I said, you have different strengths, you have different weaknesses, you're good at certain things, and you are bad at certain things as well. Yeah, so you have to try, right? You have to try it first and then you will know. You have to try first and then you know what you're good at and what you're bad at. And then from there on, double down, right? Double down on the one that you're good at. Maybe you're good at, like I said, designing. You're good at analyzing. Meaning to say that designing wise, like you can go for the Etsy print on demand, right? Because you are like basically designing and creating all of the designs for your t-shirt, your mugs, your pens, whatever it is, right? Because at Printify, there's a lot of products to choose from. Okay, so you're basically like kind of like white labeling, in a sense. If you are good at analyzing, what I mean by that is that maybe you're good at reading like numbers, right? So you can maybe do performance marketing, meaning to say that you can do the Facebook advertisement sort of things, like the Facebook ad manager, TikTok ad manager, all those good stuff. Because from there on, right, you have to see all those numbers and then you kind of like have to devise a new strategy, whether should you off a particular campaign or not. You see all those numbers and then you come up with your own conclusion, right? So if you're good at analyzing, maybe that's for you. And then if you're good at coaching and then you're good at communicating as well, all those stuff, right? It's really dependent, right? Maybe you are good at coaching, like I said, so you can teach people your expertise. Yeah, that's what I said. For me, it was personal training, it was fitness, right? So I went ahead and teach people how to work out, basically how to lose fat, how to gain muscle, all those good stuff, right? All those basic stuff, and then they obviously pay me because I'm obviously like I have like experience in it, and then people pay me, right? So done for you, done with you, and do yourself. Those are the things that you can really think about it, and then try to apply it to your whatever niche that you're interested in, or whatever niche that you have passion in and skills in. Yeah, all those good stuff, man. All those good stuff. So like I said, man, if you are still curious about all those online business models, right, and then you don't know which one to try, like I said, just try everything. Just try everything and then see which one really sticks to you. See which one you really see results in. See which one that you really enjoy doing it every single day. Which one really, gets you off the bat excited to work on the project. Yeah, because it's gonna be important, right? Because if you're gonna be doing something, right, you have to do something that you like and enjoy. Yeah, because if you're doing something and you don't like it but it's making money, you kind of like make another 8 to 5 for you, right? You make another job for yourself, and that's not what we want, right? We want to escape the whole 8 to 5 grind, right? So we do not want to do that. Yeah, so try everything, right? Try everything first, and then just go ahead and see which one you like it. Yeah, that's my advice, man. That's my advice. All right, so I made a 1,372 free digital product ideas list and a step-by-step online business beginner guide. Find a niche in the list, and if you need help starting, go through the beginner guide. If you want more information about online business models, comment down below if you're interested to learn more about them. Alright, so click the link at the description box down below. And if you guys want a free, like I said, a free digital product ideas list with a step-by-step online business beginner guide, go for it, man. Go for it. Alright, it is in a community as well. So obviously you guys will not be alone. If you guys need help, obviously I'll be inside answering your questions as well. You guys can ask one another as well. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. Straight up. Alright, straight up. So see you guys inside and let's do this.